What's going on, everybody? It's Curtis Hagan here with the way too early draft grades for the 2022 NFL draft. I know it's not done yet, but I just want to give quick grades of who I think did the best. I'm not going to grade everybody right now. And again, it's way too early, so um, it could be wrong, but I might not be. So who knows? I'm going to go with my A pluses, not being biased, but Jets, Giants, Lions, Ravens, Eagles, and I'll give the Jaguars an A. But the Jets pulling that trade off to get Jermaine Johnson was probably the steal of the night. I know there's a lot of question about Jermaine Johnson. Really wasn't known before his last season there at Florida State. But to grab three players that were all in the top 5 of their position in the draft is really just insane to think of as a Jets fan. The Giants shored up their defensive line and their offensive line, and it was crazy when um, the Jets did if the Jets picking Sauce Gardner. I think that the Giants would have picked him if the Jets wouldn't have. So the Giants picking at defensive end. I don't know if they knew that Tibbs was going to be there, but them getting Tibbs just allowed them to have pretty much their choice, except for Iquanu, at offensive line, because if Iquanu was definitely going to be the first taken out of them, so they could have had Cross or Neal. So I give the Giants an A plus as well. I'll give the Jets 100 out of 100. I'll give the Giants like a 99. The Eagles more so because of the trade to get AJ Brown. That's why, and the trade with the Saints as well. But their pick was great, and they also had one of the best pickups in the second round to me. Getting Nakobe Dean. I know that there was like some kind of medical thing going on. That's why he dropped. And there's also question to him being only 5'11". But I really think that Nakobe Dean is a steal. I think he should have been a first rounder. But again, like we said in our mock draft, prototypical linebackers are typically not taken in the first round, especially early anymore, just because teams look at the best bang for their buck, which is definitely going to be skill players, defensive backs, and rush ends. Wasn't surprised with only seeing one quarterback going in the first round, but one quarterback going in only the first 2 rounds was crazy. And then finally, we've seen Willis go, we've seen Corral go. So I think that I thought the Falcons would have picked Corral, but him going to the Panthers was a good pickup for the Panthers, especially with the Baker Mayfield thing. But I give Baltimore a good trade. I know that Hollywood Brown was a good receiver. I always like picking up Hollywood Brown, but the Ravens did a good thing picking up who they got and making the moves they got as well. Get a bit, fixing that offensive line, getting a center to help protect Lamar Jackson, giving him time to throw. And the Lions, they did great. The Jaguars did great. I'll give the Jets 100, the Giants 99. I'll give the Eagles a 99. I'll give the Lions and the Jaguars about 97s. Now my worst picks of the first 2 rounds were definitely the Green Bay Packers and New England Patriots. Now I don't know football as much. Nobody knows football as much as Bill Belichick knows football, but they could have picked somebody. Quay Walker went to the Packers, but the guard the guard picked by the Patriots, he was like rated as a 77th overall player in the draft. And they drafted him in the the top 30, which doesn't make any sense. There was better players on the board, but again, Belichick knows what he knows. He probably talked to the coach. He probably knows the guy's a good run blocker. Belichick likes to run the ball and control the ball, old school style. So again, I just don't. It's a weird call, but Quay Walker by the Packers with Nakobe Dean there. I just don't see it. Quay Walker again was like a second round pick, mid-second round pick by most analysts. But again, this is way too early. So next year could be by the end of next year, by the midseason, we could be seeing some of these players be great, and some of the players that we think are so good just be horrible. So, um, Houston as well. I want to add Houston. I'll put Houston in there with a 98 as well, because Houston getting Stingley and getting Petrie. I mean, they just improved that defensive backfield tremendously. They just, they've been drafting very well. It's been a good draft. Though really the only, I mean, Pickett should have been a second rounder, really. And I think Pittsburgh really did it because of the nostalgia about him being a Pittsburgh quarterback from college, being a local kid. I mean, he did, wow some people there at the end of the season in NCAA. But I just think that the Steelers, they had a lot of holes, quarterback being one. I guess they're going to let him possibly sit and let Trubisky play. Trubisky could play good. Or we could see another Mac Jones, Cam Newton situation in which we see Pickett do good in camp, and then Tomlin has to make a decision there. But I really think that he's going to sit for the year, and they're going to let Trubisky try to work. So, again, go Jets. I'm happy to see Giants, even though two New York teams doing good. But Jets, Giants, Jaguars, Houston, Eagles, Lions. I really think that those teams just really showed out at the NFL draft so far. So with that said, I'll see you guys on the next one. You guys be safe, and Jets, Jets, let's go, baby.